when he went down, he had been accustomed to helping me at home. It was just the two of us. And Emmett had really taken over a man's role. He told me, he said, Mama, if you can go to work and make the money, he said, I can take care of the house and pay the bills. He was 10 at the time. And I looked at him. My God, I didn't know my way downtown. How would he know his way downtown? But I gave him directions. I remember the last Christmas we had together, uh, that's when he started paying big bills. I had gone like $500 in debt, and that was a tremendous amount of money to spend for anything. And he had several stores downtown that he had to go to, and we had shopped at Sears, Weebolt's, and the Fair store, if I can remember, and maybe Carson's. Those were our big stores. And I had accounts at those stores, and I needed him to uh, go and take the money. Then there was the gas bill, the light bill, the telephone bill, and the grocery shopping. Those were the main things. And I remember the day I gave Emmett $100 and a list of where to go and where they were located. Now he was 13 then, but this we're thinking about 3 years experience taking care of the business. That kid went downtown, took care of everything I told him to take care of, came back home, left me a note, told me what he had done, and here is your change. If I can remember, it was $1.17. That was the change he had left from $100 bill, from $100. And I was so relieved. Oh my God, if he had lost that money, we never would have gotten out of debt. But he took care of everything beautifully. Now, I put him on the train on a Saturday morning in August 20th, I think. But at any rate, as he was running up the steps, we could hear the whistle blowing from the train, and he had just seconds to get upstairs. And I called him back. I said, Emmett, I said, you didn't kiss me goodbye. How do I know I'll ever see you again? And he stopped. And it seems that I shocked him. And he turned around. He said, Oh, Mama. He kind of scolded me for what I had said. And he ran back, kissed me, started to run back up the steps, and instead he grabbed his watch. He said, Here, you take this. I won't need it where I'm going. And I took the watch, and I said, What about your ring? Because I'd given him his father's ring, and which his father had sent him, but he was much too young to wear it when I first got it, which was about 1945 or something like that. So I'd kept it all of those years. And he said, No. He said, I want to show this to the boys uh, when he got to Mississippi. And he joined my Uncle Mose and one of his grandsons and somebody else, and they rode down to Mississippi together. Almost every day he was writing me a letter. He needed money. And I wanted to know, what the world are you doing with money down there? And I think I sent him away from here with a whole $20. That was a lot of money in 55. And then the next thing, he wanted his bike. I'm not going to try to send a bike down to Mississippi for a week. And so I discouraged that, but I did send him more money. He was loaded with money, uh, according to that day and time. I must have sent him another $20, and he was only gone a week. So that was a great deal of money. And you compare that with the earnings of a family for a year's work. My uncle that year, he bragged to my mother the year before. Uh, Christmas time was settling up time, and he and his wife was my mother's sister, and they were very, very happy that they had cleared $250 that year. They didn't owe the boss man anything, and they had $250 profit. Not at all. If Emmett had told me anything uh, that would point out that he was having difficulty or that he even noticed prejudice or something like that, I would have immediately dragged him home. Mhm. Now, Emmett did not go to the field. When the boys would get up in the morning, have breakfast, and go to the field, he stayed at home with my aunt. He surveyed what she had to do. And not only did she have three young babies to take care of, because two of her daughters had children, and one had two, and the other one had one. And she was looking after those babies. She had to go to the garden and get what she wanted for dinner. She had to go to the smokehouse and get the meat. She had to go to the pump and pump the water. She had to maybe catch a chicken, and you actually caught them because they were loose in the yard. And she would do all of that. Emmett decided that that was way too much work for one person to do. So he would stay, he would pump the water, he would wash the clothes, hang them out on the line, and when the boys and uncle came home for lunch, as soon as he helped Aunt Lizzie clean up the dishes, he would trail them to the field. So that meant he didn't have too many hours a day picking cotton. That's what they were doing, picking cotton. And Emmett wasn't a good picker anyway. So, I mean, uh, they said that mostly he laid on the sack. He'd get enough cotton in there to get it halfway comfortable, and then he would relax on the sack.